Welcome once again to M5's English Language Learning Programme, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And we're back, yes. And I've got a surprise for you all. Guess which week this is? Does anyone know? No? Well, let me tell you. This is week 41. Now, what do you say to that, eh? Well, you're probably sitting there on your sofa, stroking the cat, scratching the dog's head, and staring at the TV thinking, so what? Who cares if it's week 34 or week 41 or week 6 for that matter? Well, okay, that's justified. Me telling you that it's week 41 isn't exactly an earthquake of information, I accept. It's not the sort of information that's going to rock your world. I accept that. I see that. In fact, the information I just gave you isn't even as exciting as the scorpions, really, is it? Blimey, I don't know what to say. That was very 1980s. Okay, moving on and thanking the Lord above that we've now left 1985 far behind us, let's get back to what I was talking about earlier. This is week 41. Week 41. Magic, eh? Now, I can see that you're still not getting it, are you? The penny hasn't dropped yet, has it? Okay, calculators out. 5 lessons a week. 40 lessons completed, which means that the first lesson this week, Monday's lesson, was lesson 196. The 196th lesson. Okay. So Tuesday's lesson was lesson number 197. Wednesday's lesson was the 198th. Thursday's lesson, yesterday, was lesson 199. And today, Friday, this lesson now, this is our double century. This is lesson 200, the 200th lesson. Time for some fireworks, I think, don't you? And what great fireworks they were, weren't they? So, yes, it's time for some congratulations. Well done. Congratulations. We've been learning English together for 200 lessons. That's amazing, isn't it? Yes, I know. We've been learning English for a very long time. 200 lessons is not a small number of lessons. It's a double century. It's 4 half centuries. It's 8 quarter centuries. Okay, so you probably get the idea. It's a bit of a milestone, this one. Just think, when we were at lesson 100, we were learning about comparative and superlative forms of adjective. It seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? And yet, here we are, 100 lessons later, learning about how to use every properly and checking the differences between every and all. And speaking of every and all, we'd better get back to where we left off yesterday. Okay, so who remembers what we were doing yesterday? That's right. Before the end of the lesson, I gave you some sentences and asked you to work out if we should put every or all into the gaps in the sentences. We did the first one together, if you recall. Well, as I said, we're going to continue with what we didn't finish yesterday. So, to start us all off again, let's have another look at the example sentence. I buy a newspaper. Sometimes I forget to read it. Okay, so here we're talking about something that happens, something that I do on a very regular basis. I can't spend the whole day buying a newspaper. That's not logical. But I can buy a newspaper on Monday, and on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and on Thursday, and on Friday, and at the weekend too, can't I? Yes. So in this sentence, the correct answer is every day. The completed sentence is, I buy a newspaper every day, but sometimes I forget to read it. Okay. So that was the example we saw yesterday. So now that we have refreshed our memories about the example sentence, let's get cracking with the sentences, shall we? Number 1. Gabor watches TV for 3 or 4 hours evening. Number 2. Alfredo gets up at 6:47 a.m. weekday. Number 3. I saw Gordon at the party, but he didn't speak to me evening. Number 4. My neighbour says, hello Gav, to me, time he sees me. Number 5. Come on, we're waiting for you. Okay, so how was that? How did you get on? Were they easy or hard? Well, let's see, shall we? What did you put for the first one? Gabor watches TV every evening. Yes, the sentence is about something that he does regularly. Every evening, he watches TV for a few hours. Good. Gabor watches TV for 3 or 4 hours every evening. Okay, and on we go. On to number 2. So, what do you think? What's the correct answer to number 2? Is it every or is it all? Yes, that's right. The correct answer is every. We're talking about something that Alfredo does on every work day of the week. All of the days that he goes to work. He gets up at the same time, 6:47 a.m. every day. Well, every weekday. So, every is the answer for number 2. Alfredo gets up at 6:47 a.m. every weekday. Magic. Poor Alfredo. Oh well, never mind. He makes up for the early start by drinking too much at the weekend. So, well, it sort of balances out, I think. Maybe not. We'll have to ask Mary and the kids what they think about it. Okay, we can ask them another time perhaps. At the moment, we're up to our elbows in exercises. Okay, number 3. What do you think? What's the answer to number 3? Aha! This one is about Gordon. You remember Gordon? Gordon Taylor. The son of Joe and Jenny Taylor? Brother to Mary Benchfield and Jane Taylor? Alfredo's brother-in-law? The receptionist at the Fabuloso Splendido Hotel? You do remember Gordon, don't you? Okay, so this sentence is about Gordon. We were at a party the other evening and he didn't speak to me. There are 2 possibilities here. Either he was drunk and didn't see me, or he was being rude and deliberately didn't talk to me. I don't know which one it is, but I do know the answer to number 3. What do you think? Every or all? That's right. We can see that we're only talking about one evening. So this isn't something that happens regularly. This is something that started at the beginning of the evening and lasted all evening. It lasted all the evening, from the beginning of the evening until the end of the evening, the whole evening. So yes, this one is all. Let's see it on the screen. I saw Gordon at the party, but he didn't speak to me all evening. Excellent. And on we go, like a pack of wolves. On to number 4. What have you got? What's your answer to number 4? Well, Are we talking about something which happens on all occasions that my neighbour and I meet? Or are we talking about something which happens for a complete period of time? Correct. We're talking about something which happens on all occasions. So we use every. My neighbour says this to me every time he sees me. He doesn't say it to me all the time when we meet. That would be mad. Imagine trying to have a conversation with someone and all they say is, hello, Gav, hello, Gav, hello, Gav, hello, Gav, hello, Gav, hello, Gav. It would be impossible. No, in this sentence, we're talking about the fact that every time we meet, he greets me. He says hello. My neighbour says, hello, Gav, to me every time he sees me. And what do you think about it? Well, for a start, look at the hint. Look at the clue. The verb is in the plural, isn't it? Yes. And what do we remember about one of the main differences between every and all? That's right. We follow every with a singular verb, and we follow all with a plural verb. Okay. And in this sentence, which form of the verb are we using? The singular form or the plural form? That's right. It's the plural form, isn't it? The verb in the sentence is are, which is the plural form of the verb to be in the present simple. So, if the sentence is using the plural form of the verb to be, the correct answer must be all. Come on, we're all waiting for you. Great, well done, and just the perfect sentence to lead us into something. We know that we use every day to mean on all days, fine. But we can also add the word every to other words. We can say everyone, or we can say everybody. These two words mean the same thing. It's up to you which one you choose. So we use everyone and everybody with people. And did you notice the difference between every day and everyone and everybody? Yes. When we use every with most nouns, we keep them separate. But with everyone and everybody, we create a single word out of every and one and every and body. It is possible to say every one, but if we say every one, we're not talking about people. We're talking about every single item. We use every one to emphasize, to stress that there is no exception. Those greedy, fat fools have eaten all the biscuits. What? All of them? Yes, every one. Okay, and on that note, I'm afraid that it's time for us to go. Yes, the 200th lesson has come to a close. Our 15 minutes for the day is up. Time's up, and we have to leave. So, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching and thanks for being here with me for 200 lessons of English. Thank you for watching and thanks for being here with me for 200 lessons of English. Okay, I'm Gav Duncan. This was lesson 200. Our next lesson won't be lesson 64,321, but lesson 201. Okay, that's all from me and the crew. Have a great weekend, have as much fun as you can handle, and we'll see you back here after the weekend on Monday. See you later. Oh, and you know, www.m5tv.hu. See you later. Bye.